Alright guys, back here with another hide here. This hide here, we've done the same thing to it as we did to the raw hide. Only difference is we didn't nail this to a board to dry. We're going to use this one and turn it into our buckskin. So, same thing as the raw hide. We could nail this to a board, let it dry, we'd have raw hide. What we're going to do is scrape this grain layer off right here underneath the hair. There's a skin layer. You can see right here there's discoloration on it. So what we're going to do is remove all this skin layer here. So take my drawing knife like before, the blade edge. I'll take the back of the blade edge 90 degrees. This layer here is the hardest one to get off. So be prepared for a little work on it. Get a little bit of this off and I'll show you what it looks like. Same method as fleshing the hide here. You can see right here where we've taken our layer off. The part with our layer on it is going to be slippery, more slippery than the part without the layer. This is it right here. Little thin translucent skin right there. And we'll just keep going on with this. I like to go down the center of my hide from neck to tail, just like before. Once you get a little line going, it's a little easier to come to the edge and it just scrapes right off kinda. This is the part you want to be careful with, not to put holes in your hide. It'll make less surface area for you to work with after you're done. So you want to try to keep a whole, complete hide with as less holes as possible. I also feather back over my work. If I've already done this area and I'm moving over, I'll come back across it just like before. See how my hide's turning this whiter color here in the center. You can see where I left off this line. Right here has been scraped. Right here still has the grain layer, so it might take you a few times. If you got a larger hide, you can always cut it in half. Practice on a piece, you know, practice on one half and come back to the other one. Or you have two practice pieces, whatever, you know. Want to be careful around your holes. You got a little hole here. I would not hit it like that. It'll grab the bottom of the hole, tear it out. Just kind of work around it real easy like. Take your time with it. Another hole there I didn't see. If it rips, I just go on and shave it on off. It didn't make the cut. Takes a minute, that's for sure. Probably take a good 30-40 minutes to get all this stuff off, so be prepared to spend a little time with it. See that color change there. That's when you're getting the layer off right there. And you'll be able to see it and feel it. You'll be able to feel your blade grip onto it. Be able to tell how much pressure it's going to take. Alright guys, so we're here working on the neck here, flesh side here, grain side here. You're going to run into a little problem here on the neck. This layer is a little harder to get off on that, near the neck, so just figured I'd let you in on that there. Be prepared, spend some time on it. Doesn't come off as easy as the rest of it does, so a little extra work there. Put on our grain layer here. At any time, if your hide starts drying out pretty good and not wanting to scrape down as good as it was, you can come back and just soak it in a bucket of water for a few minutes and rehydrate it. Seems to do the trick for me. Got about a little less than a quarter of a hide left to scrape here. Probably spent about 30 minutes or so. So we'll get done with this last little bit and get back with you guys, show you what we can do. Alright guys, so we've grained our hide out here. I like to, when I get done graining it, I like to come back and just double check everything, make sure I got it all the grain off. And then I'll just let it sit here and dry up a little bit. While this is drying, I'll show you what we can be doing. What we're going to do here for our tannin solution, it's a simple tannin solution, be good for beginners to use. It's just a bar of ivory soap, regular plain ivory soap there. One whole bar. Got a 2-liter pot here full of hot water. I got it on high for now. And I usually just cut it in half once. Long ways like that. Then I'll just come here and cut off little bitty pieces like this. This helps it melt down in your water a little faster there. Once our water gets almost to a boil, we'll come cut it on low heat. Let the soap melt up. We'll be almost ready. Alright, so our ivory soap here has been melted down completely. Just cut the heat there. Alright guys, straight off the stove into our bucket. A second pot with just hot water from the sink. 2 pots, and a third pot of just cool water from the sink. 3 pots all together. So we got 1 right off the stove, 2 from the sink, hot water, and a third pot, cool water from the sink. And that gets it right there at about the temperature you want almost. I'll probably let this sit here for about 15 minutes or so. Take into consideration the temperature of your hide that's been sitting out drying. It's going to be cooler than this. It's going to take the water temperature down. But you want it to be cool enough to not burn you. You want to be able to hold your hand in here for 10 seconds, which I can't do. So that's too hot. We don't want to cook our hide. We'll let this sit for a little bit till it gets ready. We'll get back with you. Alright guys, our water's cooled off enough there. I'll just take my hide here, which I had hanging up, drying again. I'll just stick it in here and just kind of work it into the hide a little bit, pulling my hide. This hide wasn't completely dried up, but that's alright. Just work it in. Pull on your hide, squeeze it and pull on it, you know. Get that soap water mixed in with it real good, get it into the fibers. Then I like to come and try to get it where all the air bubbles are out of it, where it'll all stay under the water there. And then I'll just come, I'll take a clean brick or a cleaned off rock, you know, nothing with mud on it or anything, and I'll just set it on top of there, let it sit for about 3 or 4 days depending on the weather. If it's really cold out, probably leave it in here for a week. You know, if it's pretty warm weather, a couple days or so. I usually leave mine in for 3. So we'll put a brick on this, let it sit, we'll get back with you, show you what to do with it.